John Denver, the beloved American singer-songwriter, was not only known for his heartfelt music, but also for his untold passion for aviation. Introduction to John Denver's aviation passion delves into this lesser-known facet of his life, illustrating how flying was more than just a hobby. It was a source of inspiration and inner peace for Denver. Flying was a way for Denver to connect with the vastness and beauty of the natural world, and it profoundly influenced his artistic expression and personal fulfillment. The significance of this passion in relation to Denver's life is profound. Flying allowed him to explore the expansive spaces he often sang about with such reverence. His love for aviation is mirrored in songs like Leaving on a Jet Plane and Rocky Mountain High, where themes of freedom, exploration, and the joy of soaring are prominent. These aerial perspectives offered him a unique view of the world, feeding his creativity and providing a refuge from the demands of fame. Specific examples of Denver's aviation passion include his acquisition of a Learjet, which he piloted to various locations, and his involvement with NASA's educational programs, which highlighted his commitment to educating the public about aviation and space. He was not only an avid pilot, but also served as an advocate for the benefits and beauty of flight, participating in charity events and community awareness projects related to aviation. Opinions supporting Denver's passion for flying often reflect the sentiments of those who knew him personally. Friends and family have described Denver's flying experiences as integral to his identity, portraying him as a man whose spirit soared higher than his planes. His fans appreciated how his aviation pursuits underscored his authentic love for the natural world, which he so vividly captured in his music. However, there were challenges and controversies associated with his flying endeavors. Denver was involved in a tragic plane crash in 1997, which claimed his life. This incident highlighted the inherent risks associated with aviation, particularly for someone juggling the demands of a professional music career and leisure flying. Some critics argue that his passion for flying sometimes overshadowed his responsibilities as a public figure. You can watch another video on this channel for a detailed description of the mistakes that led to Denver's tragic death. This introduction to his aviation passion sets the stage for exploring the places he loved to fly over, illuminating how each location was a canvas for his imagination. By understanding Denver's aviation enthusiasm, we gain insight into his holistic view of life, one that embraced both the earth and the skies, binding his legacy as a nature-loving wanderer whose heart was always in flight. This passion not only enriched his life, but also deepened the emotional resonance of his music, impacting listeners around the world. Exploring the Rocky Mountains as a frequent flight path uncovers a part of John Denver's hidden life that speaks volumes about his connection to nature and passion for aviation. Known to many as a singer-songwriter, with hits such as Rocky Mountain High, John Denver's love for the Rocky Mountains extended beyond music. It was also reflected in his love for flying. This heading illustrates Denver's adventurous spirit and affinity for soaring above one of America's most magnificent landscapes. The Rockies, with their rugged peaks and vast wilderness, provided both inspiration and solace for Denver, revealing a deeper layer to his persona not always visible to the public. The importance of the Rockies in Denver's life cannot be understated. Not only did they serve as creative fuel, but they also represented a place of freedom and escape for him. The image of flying over these majestic mountains is significant as it captures the essence of exploration and the boundless inspiration he drew from nature. For Denver, the airspace above the Rockies wasn't just a flight path. It was a sanctuary and a vantage point to view the world from a perspective that few experience. Specific examples highlight this connection. Denver often spoke of his solo flying experiences over the mountains in interviews, emphasizing the calming effect and the meditative quality of witnessing the vast terrain below. In his autobiography, he described these flights as moments of personal reflection and connection with the natural world that fueled his creativity. Furthermore, he was known to often take colleagues and friends on these flights, sharing with them the view that inspired much of his songwriting. opinions from aviation enthusiasts and fellow pilots who knew Denver support the idea that flying was integral to his life. They often describe him as an exceptional pilot whose passion for flying was as profound as his music. This viewpoint enhances the understanding of how flight and exploration were interwoven into his identity. However, potential challenges and controversies arise from Denver's aviation pursuits. He was involved in a tragic plane crash, which some critics point to as part of the risks associated with his hidden passion. This incident serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers of flying, particularly in mountainous terrain that can be unpredictable. Overall, Denver's frequent flights over the Rocky Mountains connect to other aspects of his life by showcasing his duality as both a musician and an aviator. This intersection of passions illustrates the broader narrative of a man deeply in tune with the natural world, continually seeking new horizons and inspiration for both his life and his art. Over the Blue Ridge Mountains, an aerial perspective likely refers to the breathtaking vistas that John Denver, an avid pilot and nature lover, experienced when flying over the Blue Ridge Mountains. This mountain range, part of the larger Appalachian Mountains, stretches across the eastern United States, offering diverse landscapes of lush forests, rolling hills, and clear rivers, all of which create a stunning tapestry from above. For Denver, who infused his music with vivid imagery drawn from nature, these flights provided inspiration and solace, deeply influencing his artistic expression and personal philosophy. The Blue Ridge Mountains' rugged beauty resonated with Denver, capturing the spirit of freedom and natural wonder that often permeated his work. The importance of this point in the context of John Denver's hidden life lies in deciphering the intimate relationship between his love for flying and how it contributed to his artistry and personal journey. For Denver, flying was not just a mode of transportation, but a means of connecting with landscapes in a profoundly personal way, providing him with a unique perspective that shaped his songs and worldview. Flying over the Blue Ridge Mountains could serve as a metaphor for Denver's desire to rise above life's challenges and see the larger picture, embodying the freedom and introspection that define much of his legacy. Two notable examples can illustrate this connection. Firstly, songs such as Take Me Home, Country Roads highlight Denver's ability to capture the essence of rural landscapes, suggesting that his aerial journeys may have informed his lyrical depictions of such settings. Secondly, Denver's environmental activism can be seen as an extension of the appreciation and responsibility he felt while flying over awe-inspiring natural vistas. While many applaud Denver for his ability to translate these aerial experiences into powerful music and activism, some might argue that the environmental impact of frequent flying contradicts his ecological ideals. Despite this potential controversy, Denver's commitment to raising awareness about conservation issues should be recognized and appreciated. This aerial perspective over the Blue Ridge Mountains is emblematic of how Denver's experiences with flight nurtured his creative spirit and fueled his advocacy. It not only provides insight into his songwriting, but also illustrates his complex character, a man simultaneously bound to and liberated by the world around him. This connection reminds us of the intertwined nature of artists' lives and their creative output, showing how personal passions and professional work can harmoniously coexist to influence public perception and drive change. The Pacific Northwest, Seattle to Spokane scenic route, captures the imagination with its breathtaking skies and verdant landscapes, often seen through the eyes of legendary singer-songwriter John Denver from the seat of a plane. This route involves flying over two prominent Washington cities, Seattle and Spokane, and everything in between, including vast forests, majestic mountains, and serene lakes that embody the quintessential beauty of the Pacific Northwest. For Denver, an avid pilot known for his love of flight, this was a favored journey that offered tranquility and inspiration, reflecting the themes of nature and exploration often found in his music. The significance of the Seattle to Spokane route within John Denver's hidden life stems from the personal joy and creative invigoration he likely found in these aerial views. Denver, who blended his passions for music and aviation, found solace in such flights and drew upon these experiences to fuel his artistry. These skies provided the solitude that Denver cherished, offering a different perspective on life, both literally and metaphorically. Speculative but not unfounded, one might link these flights with some of the environmental advocacy prevalent in his work, as the raw beauty visible from above might have deepened his commitment to the conservation themes in his music. To illustrate this point, consider the passing over Mount Rainier National Park, where dense forests and snowy peaks could provoke a deep sense of awe. Similarly, the Cascade Range, with its rugged mountains and volcanic peaks, would easily serve as a muse to someone like Denver, who reveled in grandeur and immensity of the natural world. Fellow aviation enthusiasts and music lovers alike have noted that the peace found amid the clouds is palpable in many of Denver's tracks, such as Rocky Mountain High and Eagle and the Hawk, which resonate with themes of soaring, freedom, and transcendence. Yet, this point isn't without its challenges. Some might argue that the romantic idea of flying over these pristine landscapes stands in contrast to modern environmental concerns, such as carbon emissions and their impact on these very landscapes. Furthermore, there could be an underlying tension between celebrating such flights and the more general message of environmental preservation. Ultimately, this aerial journey from Seattle to Spokane showcases a physically tangible yet spiritually profound aspect of Denver's life, marking a journey where his love for natural beauty and aviation coalesced. As such, it enriches our understanding of his hidden life and offers new dimensions to the appreciation of his work.